All right.
Now, for those of you that watch our channel, you know that that is the sound of freedom, and it should be a familiar sound. He's so dumb. It should be a familiar sound because we are back in Tucson, Arizona, specifically at ADS Racing Shocks, because Michael here may be getting a little upgrade today.
A little upgrade.
Kind of a big
hell
upgrade.
Of an upgrade.
But before we get into that, on our last video, we had a ton of people asking about his fenders and his fender lights, which we've had on there for a while. We've kind of teased them. We've been telling you guys we would upload a video. So I'm gonna give you a quick flashback here to give you a little bit more information on the fenders and the lights and how you can get them for yourself if you're so interested.
We've had at least a dozen or 2 dozen people asking about them. What do you think?
Should we do it to the stepchild?
Here's stock LEDs. Here's the upgraded fender chop. Let us know.
Check this out and let us know. All right, so we are about to leave the winter 4x4 Jamboree. But before we head on out, we wanted to make a quick pit stop here at American Adventure Lab to see Brite, because supposedly he has something super special for us to test out. So you might remember seeing these back at SEMA, which was the prototype version. But now I officially present to you the production version of American Adventure Lab's Jeep JL Highline fender brackets with LED daytime running lights. Now you might have noticed that we have Michael's Jeep pulled into the shop bay here, and that's because we will be installing these on his Rubicon today because, as you might have noticed, he's already deleted the lower half of his fender flares, which means
All I have to do is remove this bracket that I've already purchased. It's 2 bolts and slide it out. Ta-da!
and the new one bolts in with just 2 bolts and a couple wires. It's actually really easy. Now, the kit provided by American Adventure Labs actually comes with a factory plug, which means this entire installation is plug and play. Unless, of course, you've already cut in or chopped up your factory wires, which in that case, you may have to do a little bit of wiring, but otherwise for the rest of us, this is really, really easy. What are you doing? Aww, Jelly Bean. Holy moly. Those look so freaking rad. So there are the all-new American Adventure Lab Highline fender brackets, LED lights compared to mine and Kevin's factory JL fender lights. Look at that. So much more clearance and room for activities.
Yeah, for when we go 40s. or just to remove the bump stops so we can get more up travel with our new 6-packs.
Yeah. Okay, so once again, let us know in the comments what you guys think and if this is something we should do to the stepchild, which I think we already know the answer to that. Kevin's over here with the shit-eating Cheshire cat grin on his face. So. But like I said before, today we are at ADS Racing Shocks because Michael is getting a little bit of a surprise. But before we do that, Tyler has been extremely generous enough to give us a quick tour of the shop because they do some really cool stuff here. Now today, we've got permission to come in the back door. So of course, follow me. We'll show you what ADS Racing is all about. Not to mention, we're gonna introduce you to Tyler, who's over here busy working on his computer. Just kidding, he's just doing this on his keyboard. He's trying to look like he's working right now.
What's up, guys? Let's go check it out. I'll show you everything we do.
Oh, there's Michael.
Hi, I'm here.
I guess we're gonna go show you guys where a shock comes from. We literally get raw parts in the back door, and then we put them out the front door. So let's go take a look.
There might be quite a few innuendos today.
No pun intended.
There's a lot of shafts and bodies and lubrication going on. So
just prepare yourself
just bear with
right
us,
now.
okay?
So here we have a bunch of raw material that's already been cut up. It comes in raw stock, then we take it, cut it, and take it over to our machine. So this is the lathe room. This is where all the turning work happens. Making 2.5-inch shock pistons over here. These are raw. They'll get hard anodized after this, after they get deburred. Quality is our #1 concern here.
Everything's made from scratch.
All in-house too.
Which is actually really impressive for those of you who are familiar with these type of things and these type of shops. A lot of companies outsource stuff like this. So it is genuinely impressive that they do everything in-house. But one of the main reasons that I really wanted to show you guys some of this stuff is because obviously it never hurts to, you know, learn a little bit of knowledge. Yeah, know where your stuff's being made, where it comes from, how much love and effort is put into it.
Everything's made here in the USA because that's where we're at.
Hence the Freedom planes flying overhead every 10 minutes, which is really cool for us, but I imagine it gets really old really fast.
So after we get all of our machine parts, they'll come over to our storage facility. But honestly, it's just a staging area. This stuff moves out so fast. Yeah, we got bump stop parts here.
Speaking of bump stop parts.
Yeah, there's something coming.
Was there something coming? Was there something happening? JL specific bump stops?
We're working on it.
Yeah. Right.
On the side note of like hydro bumps, they are one of the biggest upgrades you can do to your vehicle.
Really? What does a hydro bump do to take your suspension to the next level?
So instead of just a big hunk of rubber, it's basically a little shock. It has a piston and valving and everything on it. It's literally a little itty bitty shock that dampens the last couple inches of your suspension travel.
So
basically, it keeps you from biting your tongue off when you come down and hit bump stop. It actually absorbs that impact.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so short. Actually, is because my spine has been compressed from never having bumps.
And riding in my Jeep.
And riding
in Michael's Jeep.
Yeah.
So we make quite a different number of sizes of shock. Our smallest shock's a 2 1/8. So this is our smallest diameter, 2.5. That's our standard. Everybody has a 2.5 shock. Then our 3-inch piston. This is when you're stepping up into big boy game time. You need some serious control of your vehicle. Then we have a 4.0 piston.
Holy crap.
This is big race car stuff. Trophy trucks, Class 1 cars. Lots of Ultra 4 cars actually have these now. The #1 qualifier this year, Nick Nelson, is on 4 of these. 4.0s by us.
Awesome. And thank you, air compressor.
Yep.
That's how we found ADS. Was we've been researching and asking around who the best tuner, shock builder, fabricator of all of this, and this is what we came up with, and so this is why we're here.
Oh my God, what is that?
We have a 5 1/4. We have the biggest shock on the market.
Where's that?
Yeah, you want the little one?
Hold on.
So here's Michael's, and here's what the stepchild's getting.
Look at that.
People always ask if you need a shock this big, and 99% of the people don't. But there are occasions where you do. When you're hauling 100 gallons of fuel, 2 spare tires, and you're going 140 miles an hour through the desert, this is your shock.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
insane.
So like
it's
a
huge.
big tat truck.
I'm really glad Brittany thinks 5 inches is huge.
Don't you dare. Stop it.
So this is where we hide what I call all the OEM stuff. So your Tundra, Tacoma, 4Runner, Chevy truck,
Raptor.
you know, 1500 Raptor. This is where we put it all. Our strut mounts are really pretty. We laser them all here. They're all machined. They're beautiful.
Like you.
Different strokes for different folks, right? You got 9-inch, 10-inch travel, 10 and 7/8. There's everything has a little special application. We make a 3.0 for the Tundra. And see this big old giant ADS symbol and a
3.0.
big old giant 3.0.
Yeah.
3.0's race car stuff.
Yeah, that's hardcore.
Not everybody gets to have that, but we make one.
Some voodoo is about to happen, and we're trying to send Michael off with a little souvenir other than his brand new badass shocks. We're gonna take Michael's cell phone cover here, and we're gonna engrave it, laser etch it. What is it? Laser. It's the laser beam.
So can you laser almost anything?
We tried to laser some chicken, but it didn't really work.
That is so cool.
Okay, we gotta go find something to get this done on.
That's so awesome. What'd you do, Kevin?
I had to have something too.
He went and scrounged around in the Jeep to find something. Found a cup. Okay, so now that Kevin has been spoiled and he has his own personal cup and Michael has his own personal phone case and the children are satisfied, we're going to go back to work and we're going to check out the stock at ADS Shocks as well.
So ADS used to have a bad reputation of not having anything in stock. We got made to order everything. Well, it's not the case anymore.
Basically, anything that you could imagine, they have something in stock for ready to go.
Made in USA, take control, adsshocks.com.
Hashtag fully getting it. That one's
Fully getting it.
fully getting it.
Plug.
They also have springs galore.
Coilovers on a rock crawler or sand car or something like that.
Or side by side?
Or side by side. We do tons of side by side stuff. Alright.
Now for the grand finale, the main reason that we're here, and it's Michael's new shocks, which I'm going to have them tell you about exactly what we're putting on because I have no idea.
Michael's getting is our 2.5 inch piggyback. It's maximized for 2 to 3.5 inch lift. They're valved, ready to go out of the box. Super stoked. You can tell by his
You can
stance.
see the giant smile. I'm not going to do a step-by-step install because they're shocks, and you guys have seen us install ours. It's a couple of bolts, and it's very simple. But I'll let you see him crawl around on the ground for a little bit.
So we're gonna go.
Are you helping me, sweetie? Thank you.
This is how she does neck on neck action.
This is how Jelly helps with installs. See how helpful she's being right now? See all this motivation she's giving you?
Yeah.
Come on, Jelly.
Alright, so there you guys have it. Michael has his brand new ADS shocks officially installed. Next stop, of course, is the Table Mesa Jeep Jamboree, where we'll be able to test them out a little bit better than this, I would hope,
Yeah,
for sure.
I think jumping on them doesn't really...
But as always, you guys, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Right here's good.
Wow, a movie star! Check it out! We love you guys! We love you!